And good morning, everybody. It's 52 minutes after 9 o'clock on this, I was going to say Monday, but it's not. It just looks like a Monday, right? Hope everyone's doing well. I'm wave meteorologist Brian Good on this Tuesday morning, where it is certainly getting to become a little more on the soggy side, especially north and west of Louisville. Obviously, we're going to cover the rain side of things, and you're going to ask, of course, is this it? Are we going to get back into a colder pattern again, or we have to wait with mild weather all the way through March, and then we get dumped on cold weather in April when everyone is really upset when that happens. But I'm trying to answer as much as I can in the short term here. There's a lot of key pieces of data that come out this week. The blogs, I try to line them up on topic whenever I get those pieces of data so that I can discuss them with you all. One came in last night, wasn't exactly a clear-cut outlook that I was hoping for on the data that I needed to really come together on a long-term outlook for February and March. Another piece does come in as we head into the end of the week, and I think that would be a little more interesting to show. But I'm just rambling to myself now. But you get the idea that we're always looking ahead to see what pieces of data that we can work with there. But there's no doubt in the short term, it's rain. And it is certainly going to help wash away a lot of that salt. Just be mindful that we had the temperature extremes of the warmer pattern for a while there, and then you get into the very cold Arctic air. A lot of constricting took place in a lot of the roadways, and now you got a lot of the salt that's been added, and then you're getting rains that will eventually become heavy rain at a time moving through the area. So that is going to cause more of an increase in potholes around the area. So please pay attention. If you have a pothole already in your route, it will likely get larger as you're driving on it every day, especially in heavy rain. So just be careful. Don't do any crazy swerving. Don't get anybody else in the path of your way there. But hopefully the road crews will be able to take care of all that in enough time. So I see all your comments. I know Brian's already ready. He's like, come on, show us a reload of cold and snow. Getting ready for it for the leap year for this year for your birthday. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I do not see anything within the 10 days, and I really not seeing a whole lot in the next 14, to be honest. But hey, speaking of that, I'm glad you brought it up, Brian, because let's take a look at the snowboard, which it does have one item on it. And the thing is to keep in mind here is that this is a back to what we had to deal with before, where we had to have dynamic lows or upper lows involved to get anything on the wintry side, because there's not a lot of cold air for any of these systems to work with. This is a warm pattern. Same storyline we had from late October, November until we got into mid-January. The same struggles will be at play. And for most of those, we really didn't see much in the way of snow at all out of those as they pass through. This is another one that we'll need to watch for the weekend. It's an upper low type setup where it could tap in enough cold air, maybe produce what we call some dynamic cooling to maybe get some wintry weather, but it does look to be minor. But that is about the only thing right now that I can see to discuss. I'll show you the maps in a second. Oh, rainy there into Corden. How rapid the snow disappeared, right? And in some cases right in front of our eyes, especially on Sunday. It just was gone quickly as soon as the sun was able to hit it. And I went in and got my car washed. There's a long line. There's a lot of drama on that line too. People are really, really emotional and car washes. It seems like it's a whole YouTube video segment. But anyway, be patient, guys, as you go out there. Those workers are trying their best. But I will have to wash it again because, yeah, I got the core of the salt off. Couldn't even tell where anything was in my car. It was just one solid salt cube, basically. So there's one round of rain or water to get it off of there. But once we get the next couple of days, the salt and residue on the roads is also going to get splashed back on. So you will notice once we dry out after these rain bands, you'll see that residue show right back up in your car again. So you have to do another wash. But either way, do what you can to keep that salt off the car. That's the key. All right, the rain is pouring down. But boy, temperatures are cold. 42 here in Louisville. Got some spots that are above freezing. That's good. Their concern was we'll have a couple areas that could get to the freezing mark and allow for any type of light icing that would happen. But we have yet to really see that take place within our area, which is good. So pavement temperatures have been running about 34 degrees too. So everything seems to be safe to avoid icing, which is good. This round of rain slowly but surely kind of leaning over right into our viewing area. So it's leaning into where it's making just a very soggy setup out there now, and it will be all the way through lunch. There is a piece attached to it that's down here into the Ozarks or just south of the Ozarks that is going to lift north, and that will bring in another enhanced band of rainfall into the area as we head into later on this afternoon and tonight. So the rainfall will be very much on a sine cosine type of pattern. It'll just kind of be wavy for a while, and that'll be the storyline until the end of the week. It's not going to rain all the time, but there will be times when one of those ripples comes our way and rain gets enhanced. It should be fairly easy to check on the Wave Weather app if you keep an eye on anything to your south and west. If there's rain showing up there, it's likely heading right to you. But there will be a few breaks mixed in. But as far as trying to plan out your doctor's appointments and getting errands done, try not to get too locked in on your appointments and just be patient and keep an eye on the time frames we're going to try to give you guys too. We're going to try to give you the best windows where we see gaps that are showing up. But they're all heading in the same direction, south, west, and northeast, and it's just rounds of rainfall. Of course, this is falling on top of a lot of a snow issue, snowpack way to our north and east. So there is going to be localized minor flooding issues that will develop over the next few days with these rounds of rain, but also we need to watch and see what happens upstream as you head toward Pittsburgh. Their snow melts and their tributaries will feed into the Ohio River. That's where we need to see how things will be impacted here. The snow in Tennessee will not have an impact on its snow melt will not have impact on our area lakes and rivers. Just upstream is what we're talking about. All right, so this system is number one of two. They'll be rolling through. You can see there is some cold air on the northern side of this, but they once you get into the pink, that's what you got to worry about freezing rain type scenario. So far, any alert for that it's been pushed all the way into Chicago, all the way into areas of Missouri and northern Indiana, into Ohio. I haven't heard too much reports of big problems in that area. In Missouri, yes. Missouri, I've seen a lot of reports, cars just sliding off the road with the ice in that area, but nothing within our viewing area. So we were right on the edge of that. And then a lot of fog reports as the warm air tries to build into this and move into this setup. I got a feeling our fog issues are going to grow as well. We're going to, especially when we get into the 50s and 60s, we should have some very foggy days ahead of us here. So fog and areas of rain. Boy, doesn't that sound like fun. Very much not a crummy week, but a good nap week. If you have vacation time, you're off this week and you just need an excuse to just lay in bed and just chill out and relax. This week is certainly going to be made just for you. And that's good. Sometimes we have a chance to slow things down without worrying about ice or anything like that. I think it's okay. So here it is on Futurecast, showing the first little wave moves by. Remember, there is the main parent low back in Arkansas, moves on in, enhances the rainfall. Yikes, this is going to be another messy morning commute for tomorrow. Boy, that looks exciting. With moderate rain, we get a few breaks there for Wednesday afternoon. So, okay, 50s with some dry time, maybe a good time to run your errands then if this holds. But we're not done. We have another one that'll roll in as into Thursday. This will be the last large one of the series that will produce rain. It could be locally heavy at times. But then we get into the weekend, and there's one more for the weekend that has to move in. And that one is going to be arriving as we head into, whoops, I had the wrong model. Hold on. All right, that's the old model. I don't want you guys to see that, get confused. Here's the rainfall totals. This is just through Friday, I believe. Yeah, through Friday. 1 to 3 inches of rain. 1 to 3 inches of rain. Again, we're not getting all that at once. We're getting it in phases. But the ground is waterlogged. It is soggy out there. So just be mindful of that as you're out and about traveling, hydroplaning, those kind of concerns. So, yeah, very, very messy setup here for this week. For those that are trying to build houses right now or try to get work done outside, you went from can't do anything because everything's frozen and snowing and bitter cold to can't do anything because it's raining every day and flooding and nasty out. So I get it. It's not a good weather pattern here for us to get things done that we usually try to get done in the wintertime the best that we can before we get into the spring season. All right, here is the last series of systems that's going to be rolling in. This one rolls in on Saturday. Now, you see right there, there's a little dip that happens in the jet. It's a very small little tug of marginally cold air, marginally cold Arctic air, I should say, because the core of the Arctic is gone. It's already on the other side of the pole now. As this low forms, it wants to pull into it and allow for, again, dynamic cooling. If it can be a strong enough low, it can indeed pull into that, and that would, it's showing pink there, but I think that would actually be sleet or snow. I don't see it being freezing rain. So it could be a little thumping of snow if that happens. That would be Friday or Saturday night if it were to materialize. These little thumping snows, these are the ones that could be a bit of a surprise. So the fact that it's already on the model here for this weekend and it's Tuesday tells me it probably will not be there tomorrow. Because usually thumping of snow scenarios don't show up until the very last minute. If you see them too far out, yeah, it's going to go away. So that's why it's on the board, to be fair. It's on the board, to be fair, but I don't know if they'll be able to stay on the board. It's all got to line up just right. And then you can see as it moves out, there's just not any cold. The reason for that, polar vortex has decided to go home, spend some time with family. It's regrouped itself right into where it needs to be, into the Arctic Circle. And that is preventing anything from really dropping down. Now, we've got a lot of Pacific air that's going to be flowing in over the next couple of weeks, allowing for several storm systems that will be able to produce some more rainfall events in the area. The only thing you got to watch for any cold attacks will be just like we had late fall as well, is where you get these sharp drops right here. They can dive in, but they usually aim toward Pennsylvania and mid-Atlantic and not so much toward us. But there could be one or two of those that may try to arc down. They didn't really do much for us when this happened before in the fall season. So I just want to at least mention the only thing they usually can do is hold back maybe some of the warmth and make it on a delay. But this is normal. The atmosphere, especially a cold Arctic air mass, can only maintain itself for so long, and it regroups, recharges, if you will. So someone said that, recharging. If you want to look at it that way, it does build back up. The next attack, though, if it were to drop down, it's going to take some time. No signs of it yet. It would likely be at the earliest mid-February, maybe even later. And if it did, because of sun angle and just time in general, it would not be anything brutal compared to what we just had. But we only need it to be just cold enough to make some more snow fun games for us. So that I am not taking off the table. I don't think we are at that point at all. There is no stick the fork in it for winter. That's way too dangerous to say that. So there you go, guys. Chance to relax, right? Chance to relax. Let's just enjoy these rainy days. We need it to get out of the drought fully, and I think that will happen this week. And then we'll just see where we go as we head into the month of February. But for the next couple of weeks, no big weather drama, which is good. You have to worry about getting frostbite, going out, take the trash out to the drive there. So that's good. Lots of rain. Glad it's over. See, Carol, what about sub pumps? Something you got to watch out for. Anything with the basement, especially with the ground being as frozen as it was for so long, and then you're going to thaw. It's a rapid thaw. Then you're getting heavy rain. If there's any issues in your roof, any issues at all with the pipes you've had in your home, your sub pumps, all of that is going to show up this week. If it hasn't already, you'll start to see more signs of that. So pay attention to those elements in your home and around your home a little more than usual, just in case. All right, I'm going to wrap it up for now, because I understand by looking at the TV, it looks like there is a breaking news event going on. Myron Sire is jumping on the air now on the main channel on Wave. So I'm going to go ahead and let her take care of briefing all you all watching home on the latest with that breaking news. And I'll be back with a full update again.